Well, today sucked. I'm just gonna start off by telling you the truth. Uh, I missed. I wouldn't say I missed a bunch. You'll see it in the video. Bunch of short striking. Didn't matter what top water I threw. Really, I had bites on a buzz bait, walking bait, and a plopper style bait. All those, but uh, ultimately, I threw everything. I had all 14 rods. I told Steve yesterday I'm going to have 4 rods on the deck, and that was a lie. I added 10 to that. And I just was trying everything. The only thing I didn't do was throw a big swim bait. Where I was at, the water was pretty dirty. Hey, Steve. Hold on, you guys. Let me join in so I can see the comments. Um, anyway, uh, yeah, I left the hotel about 5, and I was at the ramp around 5:14. I was in the water at 5:16. There was nobody there. There was one dude in the water, and then I put in, and when I put my went to I parked the boat and went to put the truck back in a parking spot. The place filled up like quickly, and it's kind of a primitive, small situation. I launched at a place called Lynn Creek. If you're familiar with that, or if you're into Google Mapping, that's where I was. And I went from there up to, I went far, you guys. I went west, uh, fairly. I don't know exactly where I was because I hadn't been there, but I was around mile marker 45, which is almost to Ivy Bend, I think. Hey, Larry. Apparently, I'm not connected to the internet, which is a total fib. It should be hot spotting off of my phone, but that's okay. Hi, Greg. Yeah, so anyway, launched the boat this morning at, like I said, 5:15, 5:20, and continued. I went on my path. I decided last night I was going to go west and give it hell. I didn't know what I was going to run into. I'd never seen it, and it. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't not surprised. It was very much the same. Lake of the Ozarks is nothing but docks with spaces in between them occasionally. So uh, I did see fish. I did have bites there. So there's fish out there. But I fished in anywhere from a foot of water to, in most of those creek arms out there, the deepest I was finding was 30 feet of water, where fish were even, you could even see them. And I did catch fish. I didn't catch anything worth weighing, not even close. I didn't catch a bass that was scoreable, but I did catch a catfish, which I immediately put back. But uh, it was kind of uneventful. It was a long day. It was fun. I had a great time. I mean, it wasn't discouraging. It just, when the fish are short striking, they're bouncing all around the top water, but they're not on it. They're not getting it in their mouth, not even close. So, um, I've done some things to combat that, to change up retrieves with slower reels, and we'll see if that makes a difference tomorrow. Um, and I may even slow it way down on the top water part and really pick apart some stuff with a popper. Uh, I was getting bites all day long around docks on topwater, and as well as a wacky rig. They were chasing the wacky rig, but nothing of size. Uh, I threw shaky head, multiple jigs, swim jigs, football jigs, what, arky jigs, all kinds of jigs. The only thing I didn't throw was the giant swim bait. Like I said, the water didn't play ball. I threw spinner bait. I didn't throw chatter bait at all. It just doesn't make sense to me here. So I did not do that. Yeah. I I don't know what tomorrow holds. I haven't decided where I'm gonna go yet. Uh, like I said, the lake looks the same to me. I am exhausted, Mom. I am tired. It was fun though. It was hot. It was a lot hotter today than I really thought it was gonna be, and it's funny because at about 6:15, I put my jacket on and some pants because I was cold. Um, anyway, your guesses, your guesses are it's a 2 day deal, so your guesses from yesterday are good all weekend. I believe right now in first place in this deal, a guy has a 7.5 pound bass. Yeah, Jeff. I saw shad balls. I saw a shad today that I mean, I've seen a lot of different shad, but I saw some balls today that I threw, like, I just saw them right in 5 feet of water. I could see them. And these shad were like this big, just looked like they were in a washing machine, about the size of one. And I threw in there just to see if I could, they didn't even care that I threw a wacky rig in there. Not that I was trying to catch them. I just wanted to disturb them. They didn't care. So yeah, I mean, I there was bait. There is literally bait all over this lake, um, all morning long. About every cast, I threw something. As soon as it hit the water, you'd see bait scatter. Um, yeah, Steve, that's fact. I mean, there's bait everywhere. I That's also a curse. If because the bait is so scattered, I think so are the fish. If the bait were in pockets and balls, big balls, you could narrow down where those fish are, but everybody else is. We'll get to that in a minute. But what what's going to happen is when the fish are scattered like that, dude, right now, fish are going to relate to structure, shade, uh, wherever their home is. They're hanging out and they're going to pick off stuff when they get hungry. But I think just because shad are not scarce, these fish are satisfied. The fish I did catch were healthy. I didn't catch any unhealthy fish today, even though they were small. I didn't catch any emaciated fish. So they're eating. Um, and like I said, if food's plentiful, the need to chase giant balls around is really pointless for the fish. So I doubt they're doing that. I uh, I wouldn't chase shad. I would chase. I would make pointed casts at structure, whether that be a dock. Yeah, I don't know. You got the problem with the dock situation here is they get pounded so bad that there's so much cable. I've never seen more cable strapping a dock down in my life than I did today. I'll show you guys that in the video after, next week. But it's astonishing, the spider webs that these people create with steel cables to hold their docks. But it's necessary because it is a zoo. And like I said, getting to that, uh, I'll tell you what, you cannot get upset. And I've learned, I mean, this is not my first time doing this, so I was prepared. But people will cut you off. You'll be fishing a nice stretch, and some guy will go right around. He'll come from out of nowhere and just go 100 feet ahead of you. Like, which is totally unethical in the business, in this sport. You just don't do that. And you, in a deal like this, half the people are here and they have no idea what they're doing. They're just having a good time. The other half of us think we know what we're doing and we're having a good time. But it you just got to be patient. Ultimately, you're gonna drive around, and it happened to me a lot today, where you're driving down the lake and you're kind of peeking in these short, shallow coves, and there's already 3 boats in there. You're like, oh shit, next. And if you, I think the, I think the deal for me is I have to do something different than everybody else because a lot of this stuff's already been fished. So be different. Um, these fish are seeing everything right now. um, People watch a lot of videos and they go and absolutely copycat everybody. And uh, maybe I should. I don't know. I don't. I do my own thing and I live by the sword and I die by it. But as long as I'm having a good time, I really don't care. So, um, but I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I was hoping it would cool off a little bit. I don't care about the water temp. I was just me. It was an ass kicker today. So I will. I'll decide where I'm going to fish in the morning, and we'll go from there. But before I forget, I want to touch on the giveaway. So tomorrow, hopefully, I land a nice fish that's weighable in this thing. And listen, you guys, it's got to be over 3 pounds, or I'm not taking it in there. I'll pay attention to the scales, but I didn't even have a reason to look at the website today until afterwards. So I'll make some adjustments. We'll get after that tomorrow. I'm hoping that some of these idiots go home that were out here today. You guys, for those of you that have never been here, I don't know if there's Washington State people watching, but like you've been to Lake Chelan, right? This is nothing. Lake Chelan does not hold a candle to the ape shittedness of what happens at Lake of the Ozarks. Absolutely not. This lake is what happens when somebody doesn't have any rules. There's zero ordinances, so people just build docks on top of docks. It's ridiculous, dude. I saw docks today that are landlocked. You can't get a boat in or out of it unless you're cool just doing a kayak and you got a $50,000 parking spot for your kayak. So that's astonishing to me that they allow that, but it's so out of control here. Come back to Washington fishing. I can't come back to Washington, Allison. I can't afford it. I've been priced out of Washington State. I can't imagine paying $750,000 for the house that I grew up in. No offense, Mom and Dad. I love our home, but it is not $750,000. And that's an hour and plus north of Seattle. So it's not like like, oh yeah, just move up to Everett. Oh, I don't know. I don't have $7,000 a month for a house payment. I'm trying not to work. If I go assume a $750,000 loan, then we got to go back to work full time, more than full time. I'm not trying to do that. So, uh, there's been talk about going back to Arizona, and that is up in the air. That's a family decision. I'm not going to make that by myself. But whatever's best for my family is ultimately what I'm going to do. I hated the fishing aspect of Arizona due to the commute, but I've been pretty spoiled here for over 5 years. Absolutely spoiled. I mean, the lake is a par three from my house. Um, I've been very lucky, and I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I know that things are evolving in my life and my family's life, and we're going to make some big decisions here in the future. I don't know if it's this year or in a couple years, but um, or I'd love to try and somehow keep our home here, but that's all financial hoo-ha, and we'll see what we can make happen. But I'd be totally cool living in a condo in Tucson. I stayed back in March for my birthday. I flew home and saw my buddy Joey and played golf for like 5 days in a row. It was awesome. It was a nice break. I hadn't played golf like that since I moved to Branson. Really, I hadn't played 5 days in a row in more than 5 years, and it was great. But I stayed at my buddy's, their family condo on this little executive golf course on the east side of Tucson called Dorado. And I just being there, I was totally cool with it. I was looking around going, I don't need a yard. I've had an acre of grass to mow now for 5 years, and that sucks. I'm done with grass and mowing and all this crap. But if I do go back to Arizona, I zero scape or no scape is right up my alley. As long as I got a badass master suite and we got a cool kitchen, that's all that really matters anymore. We don't need 9 living rooms anymore. I look back at some of these houses that we had, and it's like, why? Like, one of the houses had 3 living rooms, and we never went in them. It's ridiculous. But at any rate, like I said, we are as a family, we're making decisions. Who knows? We might. I love it here. I do love it. I love the people I work with. My wife, I think she does too. She loves her school district. They treat her well, and vice versa. So it's a real tough decision, and it's not taken lightly. So now, that being said, next year I am going to fish either this is going to happen. I'm doing it regardless of if I'm in Branson next year, I will be either fishing in the like the Bass Nation qualifier or the Solo Pro Series. I got a short window to have fun and do this, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So that's where I'm at with that. And I hope you guys will hang on for that ride. I'm sorry I haven't been online and as available. I had a very difficult year and a half, and I'm glad that I'm back, and I was kind of using this weekend to get back involved, and I'm glad that I did. Uh, the baseball game is on here. I was hoping the Mariner game would be on, but I'm having to watch the Dodgers and Phillies. Unless that's. Hmm. I heard there are over 70,000 dogs. Well, Greg, you were there today. You tell me. Now, Lynn Creek is. There's every cove has docks almost. Um, and if you travel further out into the lake, I mean, there are stretches where that's all you see are houses and docks. And it's crazy to think that at first I wanted to buy a house here. I was like, man, I want to go to Lake of the Ozarks. I want to do that. And then I came here. I came here on 4th of July and I looked down. I was at Bagnell Dam. I was eating a piece of pizza and I flew my drone around the dam a little bit and I'm looking down there and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to live here. I saw the zoo that is Lake of the Ozarks on the 4th of July. Like, if you ever want to test it out and see really how bad it gets, come to the 4th of July. Then you'll know. Then you can make a decision. Steve Vaughn just texted me and asked how it went today. We know this. It was poor. But at any rate, I'll tell you what, you guys. Do you guys want to do more of these live things where we get together and do this? I'm not seeing all the chat right now just due to. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. I was just checking. I figured out how to. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you guys. I do like it too. I'd like to keep doing it. So as long as I can maintain a small group of people that want to just BS, I'm down. And um, now that they have a way to bring guests in and talk, like I can have people on there. There's going to be more of that, and I just, like I said, I'm working on me, and when that's fixed, then we can work on everybody else. But I'll tell you what, that Steven's all for it. Best group on here. Y'all are great. Yeah, you know what, Jeff? You're right. Cheers. I did. I had a good dinner tonight, so I'll be fresh for tomorrow. I am probably going to do the same thing I did today. Buzz bait, walking bait, jigs. We'll see some finesse stuff, maybe. Depends on the what. Depends on the. What it really depends on is the craziness of the water. Some of that stuff's impossible. If you're not in a protected area, I mean, you're literally in 4-foot waves the whole time. I almost fell out of the boat today twice. I've never fallen out. People have begged me to fall out of the boat for clicks on fishing videos, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I almost fell out twice today, but it's not that bad. I would have just got wet, but it's like it's rough, man. I didn't throw that, Jeff? I didn't even bring it. It's over there. I wasn't in water deep enough, honestly. Um, that whole river section of the lake isn't very deep. The minute you bust off into these creek arms, and some of them are long, half a mile, a quarter mile, and they're very shallow, and it's crazy. I didn't know what I was getting into when I went up there, but now I do. I guess the Dodgers just hit a home run. Or I don't know what I'm watching. I was trying to watch the Mariner game, but I don't know if I'm going to get that here. I'm not going anywhere to watch it, so I'll be going to bed here shortly. I went to bed last night, not long after the live, maybe 45 minutes, hour, and I was done. Woke up right at 4 o'clock in the morning, ready to go. So we'll try that again. I pushed tonight's episode back a half hour because I had an issue with the trolling motor. I had put on a new transducer. By the way, thank you, Stephen Smith, Outdoors, first class. I put that transducer on, and the way I routed the cable, I followed the path of the live scope one, and I just didn't. It wasn't giving me freedom of movement, and it was. I had to redo that. So when I got home tonight, I did that. I got done with that a little later than I thought, and everything just got behind. So I pushed it back a half hour. In that half an hour, what I needed was to pack. I forgot that I'm checking it. Like basically, when I leave tomorrow morning at whenever, I'm not coming back here. So I needed to get my stuff together, and I don't want to forget anything. So anyway, sorry about the half hour delay. That's what happened there. And anyway, I am looking forward, you guys, to getting back home. I'd probably be going to Taney Como and throwing the frog around as long as there's green grass floating around, and then I don't know. I think we're going to start remodeling. We're going to remodel our bathroom and the front facade of our house. It's not that it's bad. I just want to make some changes. It's time to put my touch on this house. Yeah, there's one picture in this room. It's right there. It's of an iris. I took the liberty of walking the room when I checked in, and you guys will see that next week. But yeah, I 100% walked this room. Oh yeah, I checked that picture. I haven't checked it today, but they didn't come in my room. I didn't ask for house cleaning. This is how messy my room is, you guys. I slept basically where I laid down. The other bed's clean. They probably won't even make that. Anyway, yeah, I don't make too big of a mess on the road. Up until I moved, I was on the road a lot, you guys, doing stuff, hockey stuff, and it's when you do travel, you do realize, you do pay attention. Hotel life's a little different. So, I don't care about this baseball game. Why don't they show the Mariners game? Hogging pillows. Yeah, I took all the pillows off of that bed and put them on this bed. I did. Well, I was trying to sit up so I could read, and that's what happened. Man. All right, you guys. Look, I am tired. I'm starting to pay attention to the baseball game. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. I am going to go to bed. And I hope for a better day tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow, whatever you're doing. Thank you very much for this half hour and enjoying me. I know, Larry. I don't know if they have Fox Sports at this hotel. I'm at the Quail's Nest, Larry. This is not the Ritz. This is very different. But yeah. Steven, Greg, I'll see you guys tomorrow maybe at the weigh-in. We'll see how it goes, depending on where I launch. To all of my family and friends, I can't really see who all is on here, you guys. I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all. Have a great night. See you later.